Today we're going to be drawing this cute, cozy little reindeer in a peaceful winter scene. We'll be keeping things calm, simple, and relaxing. Ready? Let's get started. The first thing we're going to be doing is making a new canvas by tapping this plus in the right-hand corner and tapping screen size, and making sure your iPad is in the horizontal position. So we're going to start with our background color. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this color palette right here, which you can find in the description below. And we're going to choose the first color, and we're going to drag it into our canvas. So now this is our background color. Now let's make a new layer, layer 2, by tapping this plus, and we're going to take the second color in the first row. Now for our brush, we're going to be using Outline, which is a brush that I made custom, and you can find it in the description below. So now with our outline brush, we are going to make a hill that is curved up on both sides, and then we're just going to fill this in. And then here in these blank parts, you can just color this in. Let's make it a bit more sharp. Perfect, this looks good. So this is for a kind of a background hill shape in our canvas, just to add a bit more detail. This looks good, and we can make it a slightly more smaller by going to this arrow, going to freeform, making it smaller. Now we're going to make a new layer. We're going to take the third color, and we're going to make the foreground where our reindeer is going to sit, just like that. And then now we are going to make a new layer above our background color but below our hill, and we're going to choose the fourth color in the first row. And now we're going to go to this wrench, make sure canvas is selected, turn on drawing guide, say edit drawing guide, go to symmetry, and we're going to tap the check. So we're going to just do these curved motions like this, and then drag it in. Perfect. So now we have, let's actually go ahead and cut this off a bit, just to give them space to breathe, so they're not just touching. There, that looks a lot better. And now we're going to make some trees. So let's go ahead and make a layer above everything else. And we're going to choose the first color in the second row. Let's make sure symmetry is turned on by just tapping this layer and saying draw assist. And we're going to make the top of a tree. So we're going to do a curved motion that goes up, then comes back down, and there's 3 of these loop motions. And then we can color it ourselves. Sometimes coloring things is very just nice and peaceful instead of just filling it in. Perfect, this looks good. So now let's just refine some things. And then now we can make it a little bit smaller, and you can see it's doing both sides since we turn on symmetry. So now I have 2 trees right here. Let's make sure uniform is on. And make it slightly smaller. Now we're going to make another layer below this, turn on drawing assist again, and grab the second color in the second row. And we're going to make a similar shape, but bigger. Let's fill it in. And then now we can do the same thing. Make a layer underneath that, turn on drawing assist. Make sure to connect both sides when we fill it in, it doesn't fill the whole canvas. And then let's do one final one. We can color this one in ourselves. Now these trees might look a little bit big. Okay, they look very big. So now what we can do, actually let's not merge those layers. What we can do is, so if you don't want to merge layers but you want to move them as one, what we can do is select one of them, then slide to the right on all of these layers so they're kind of a darker blue. We can tap the arrow, make sure uniform is selected, and we can just make them smaller like this. Let's place them here, just like that. Perfect. So now we can just tap anywhere else to get out of that. So let's go to this first green part of the tree here, right underneath this white one. We're going to tap on this layer, click this little N, scroll up to multiply, and then we're going to tap on this layer and say clipping mask. So let's grab this green by tapping and holding with our finger. And we're just going to make a little shadow right here, just to add some more detail. Perfect. Let's leave that for now, and then we can go to this layer right here, layer 7, make a plus above this, click on the N, go to multiply, and turn on clipping mask. To grab this green, and now we're going to do the same thing, add a bit of shadow here so we can see where our tree's leaves begin and end. And then let's do the same thing for this one. And then let's turn on clipping mask, grab this green, and then follow the lines. Just like that. You can make this one a little bit less thick. Perfect. And now what we can do is let's make these a bit darker or lighter because I feel like they're too dark. So we can go to this little M right here, and we can just lower the opacity a bit. Let's go for 60%. And then let's do the same for all of them. 60%. And now since we forgot to turn on the assisted layer on this side, what an easy trick to do is we can just slide to the left here, tap duplicate, go on this little arrow, and we can just flip horizontal. So now it goes over here. And now you can see that it's erased from here, but what we can do is just make sure erase this tab, and we can just go over it. First, let's make sure assisted is not on. Then we just go over it. So now both of our trees have this shading. So let's just merge all these layers together. And now what I want to do is make sure these two trees are on separate layers. So we're going to go to this little S-shaped ribbon, make sure freehand is selected, and we're going to just circle one of these trees, tap this dot. So now you're going to see this is circled and everything else is kind of, it's aligned. And we're going to swipe up with 3 fingers, and we're going to say cut and paste. Perfect. So now our tree is on a different layer, so we can move this around. Let's place it right here. And then now let's add a tree trunk. So let's make a layer below it. We're going to grab this color right here, third color in the second row. And we're going to actually put this one below all of this. So right here, below the snow hill layer, but above the bushes. And we're just going to make a tree trunk like this. I think that actually looks really good. Now let's do the same one for this other tree. Let's make another tree trunk. There, that looks really good. So now we can just merge those 2 tree layers and those 2 trunk layers. Perfect, so now we have our trees. So now let's go and work on our reindeer. Let's make a new layer above everything else, tap on it, you turn on Drawing Assist, and we're going to take this color right here. First color in the third row. And we're going to start with our reindeer's forehead. So a simple curved motion. And then let's go for the ears. So these ears are kind of like, they're very pointed at the end. So let's just go like this. And then bring it in. There, that looks good. And then now let's make our reindeer's face very chubby. So we're going to go out for the cheeks and then bring it in. Just like that. Perfect. Now let's work on the antlers. So just very simple antlers. So we're going to curve in. Then we're going to make another one. Something like this. And you can always refine. Like I feel like down here it's a bit too thin, so we can just make it a bit thicker. Perfect, those are some good looking antlers. Now let's go and move on with our reindeer scarf. Let's make this head a bit smaller so there's space for the scarf and body. So we're gonna just start like this and just make a scarf. It's a very simple scarf, so kind of like this curved motion and then just a line to connect it. And now let's turn off symmetry and just add this scarf tail right here and add some little tassels. And then let's turn this back on and add a little bell. And we can erase this part here so we can see all of the bell. Perfect. So now let's make this again smaller. And then now let's work on the body. So we're going to make a curved motion going out, then bring it in like that. And then let's make a circle. And if you want a perfect circle, you can first draw kind of a wobbly one, then tap it in with your pencil and put your finger on the screen like this. And then now you have a circle. Let's do that one again. And let's add a little kind of hoof mark right there. And then let's draw the front hooves now. Let's fix this hoof a bit to make it look more like a hoof and less like a circle. So we can kind of just erase there. So it looks more like an oval now and less like a circle. There, this looks really cute. Let's just fix some edges here. Perfect. So now let's just erase. Oops, let's turn off Drawing Assist and erase this line I accidentally made here. And let's turn Drawing Assist back on. So now let's go for the smile and the eyes and all that. So we're going to do this upside down U for our reindeer's eyes. And now let's do a cute nose. Like this. Actually, you know what? What we're going to do is let's make this nose red. So we can start with the smile. Let's go ahead and do the nose first. So we're going to grab this dark red right here. And we're going to just make our nose. So our reindeer is now Rudolph. Let's go back to the first color in the third row. And then make the smile. Perfect. This looks very cute. So now what we can do is now we can tap on this layer, say reference, make a layer beneath this. And now let's just start coloring our reindeer. So if we drag in a color, even though it's on a different layer, it will still fill in this because we turn on reference on this layer. So let's fill in the head with this color. And that's it for now. Now on a new layer, we're going to do the antlers. This color right here, that is the 5th color in the 3rd row. Let's drag that in. Now for our bell, this yellow color right here. And then we're going to use this red right here, this light red, for the scarf, and also for our reindeer's nose. And then now for the feet, we're going to choose this color right here. That is the last color in the 3rd row. We're just going to color this in like that. And now we're going to go to our base color, this brown. We're going to make a layer above it, tap on it, turn on clipping mask. And we're going to choose this light color right here, 3rd color in the 3rd row. We're going to make just a turn on Draw Assist. We're just going to make a little detail on the face right here. It's like white patch on the face. Perfect. And then we can come in here, choose the 4th color in the 3rd row, and add some detail to the ears. Perfect. Now our reindeer is done. So that was very easy and simple. So we can just to make our reindeer more in the center like this. And also I want to make our reindeer slightly more chubby. So let's go to the freeform tool and we're going to push it out. Just to make our reindeer slightly more chubby. So now you can see it looks way more chubby. And then now let's add a little shadow. So let's go to our foreground white snow layer, make a layer above that, go to multiply, turn on clipping mask, and we're just gonna make a very simple shadow. Just like that. And now let's add a bit more detail. So I'm gonna add some snow plants. So let's go to a layer above the snow layer. No, underneath the snow layer, but above this hill layer. So right here. And we're going to choose this color right here. That is the fourth color in the second row. We're just going to make, so we're going to start at the top, and this outline brush, what's like is it becomes thin, but then as you draw, it becomes thicker. See? So we're going to, the grass is thin and then comes thicker. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go like this, make it a bit bigger. So now you can see it looks like grass. We can just keep adding more. And for some of these, you can make them a flower. So we're going to grab this color right here. That is the sixth color in the second row. It's kind of this muted yellow. We're just going to make a circle. Then we're going to grab this color, this white color. And then we're going to make this flower shape around it. And then color it in. So for some of these plants, you can do that. Not for a lot of them, since you don't want too many flowers. You can come over here and do it. And the reason why I'm not turning on drawing assist is because I want it to look different, and I don't want everything to look like it was symmetry. So this one, we can make it a flower. This one can have 3 petals instead. Just like that. And then let's actually go ahead and add some more grass over here. Just like that. So now our grass looks pretty good. So now there's just one thing left to add, and that's snow. So let's go ahead and turn off this line right here by going to the wrench and just turning off drawing guide. And now let's make a new layer above everything else, and we're gonna choose this second to last color in the second row. And we're just gonna come right over here, and we're gonna make a line like this, make it thinner. We're gonna tap and hold to make it a perfect line. Then we're gonna make a line right here, then another one here, and another one going across. So now you can see this kind of resembles a snowflake, but let's just add a bit more detail to make it very clear a snowflake. We're just gonna add these 2 lines on the part of the snowflake that comes across. So on these thinner ones, let's go ahead and also add it here. So it's a very simple snowflake, but you can see, I mean, it does the job. It looks like a snowflake. So now, let's make sure uniform is selected. We can just tilt it. You can duplicate it. And just keep adding more. And now let's just add one more thing, which is some smaller snow. So we're going to grab this color right here, last color in the second row, and we're going to switch our brush to the round brush that you can find in painting. We're going to get a bit smaller, and now we're going to use our fingers for this, and we're just going to tap in random places in the drawing to add this bit of snow. And we can come over here and put it on the trees, and of course snow comes on trees. Just like that. Let's add them all over. And then we can make some a bit more white so it shows up on this hilltop right here. Just add as much as you want. I think this is enough for me. And now let's go ahead and merge all of our layers together. Perfect! Now our reindeer is done and it looks amazing. If you like this tutorial, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. See you in the next video. Bye!